What's up, YouTube? So today I want to get in a different style video. Right now, in case any of you guys are new here, you don't know who I am. I'm Doaenel. I am a multi-season Hecarim one trick, currently hovering around like Diamond 2 Elo to about mid Grandmaster, usually somewhere around there, right? And on all my accounts right now, because I have about maybe 4 or 5 accounts playing in about Diamond 2, Diamond 1 Masters, and on every single one of those accounts, I gain about 25 to 35 LP a game. And a lot of people will come to my stream, right? Like new viewers, and they'll ask me, like, how do you get your MMR so good? So I'm gonna explain that to you today. I'm gonna go into detail about why my MMR, my match rate making rating, is the way it is, and why I gain 35 LP, whereas other people at my rank might only gain 13 or 14. So to understand how this works, first we're gonna have to go into what is MMR and what is rank, right? So think of it like this. MMR is the body and rank is, or MMR is the mind and rank is the body, right? So MMR is like the hidden brain. It's what the computer looks at to actually determine what your ranking is, right? Like what elo you're going to be playing versus um what rank are the enemy teams going to be, what rank is your team going to be, what rank are your players going to be, right? Things like this, right? Determining what your skill level is. That's what MMR is. It's determining your skill level. And rank is just like the physical representation of that. So that's why sometimes, like, if you guys have seen Smurf Queue, which was recently implemented, you'll have someone who will be Platinum 4 playing in Diamond 2. And you'll wonder, you'll say, like, how is that possible? And that's because of MMR. It's because they have very, very insane MMR. They're gaining about 35 LP a game, right? It's really crazy. So, to compensate, they're saying if you want to gain this plus 35, you need to play versus much better players to show that you're worth it, right? Um, so now let's actually get into it. How do I gain 35 Lpn Masters? So to understand this, we need to get one thing. MMR and rank, although they are interconnected in a way where if you win games and your rank increases, right? Like let's say you're gold 40 LP, you win a game, you're gold 420 LP, right? Your rank is increasing. Well, your MMR is increasing too. But if we're looking at it from like a rank perspective, your MMR might only increase by 16 points, which means that now on your next game, you're gonna gain maybe 18 LP. And then you'll think to yourself, wow, why did I just gain 20 and now I'm gaining 18? It's because of this. It's because your MMR gains are not necessarily equal to your LP gains, even if they are interconnected, right? So that's why the trick that I use personally, in order to get the whole like plus 35 LP, plus 27, plus 28, it's something called dodging, right? And it's abusing the strategy called dodging. So let's just write that. It's dodging. Okay. Ignore my handwriting. I haven't written in a year. But the what dodging is, in case anyone is unfamiliar with the term, it's where you'll be in a champ select, and right before the champ select is going to go through and you'll get into a game, you'll leave the game, right? And what happens is, usually, you will get minus 3 LP if it's the first time you dodge in 24 hours. After this, if you dodge within 24 hours, you will lose minus 10 LP. Okay? So, like, let's say you queue up at 8 in the morning on a Saturday, and then on Sunday, and you dodge your first game, right, at 8 a.m. And then on Sunday, you decide to queue up, and it's 7:50 a.m. Well, you still haven't waited the whole 24 hours, so if you were to dodge, it'd be minus 10 LP. So there's also a wait timer attributed with this. So the first time you dodge, and it's not like a cumulative thing, so I'll get into that. So the first time you dodge, right, you have to wait a 5-minute timer. And then, from what I've noticed, you need to wait 30 minutes before dodging to actually get a another 5-minute timer, because if you dodge within 30 minutes of one another, you will be on a 30-minute timer. So you'll be barred from entering any kind of rank queue for 30 minutes. So that's why the best thing you can do, or what I personally do, is I will play one game, and then after that game I'll dodge, and then I'll play another game, and I'll dodge, and I'll play another game and dodge. Occasionally, because my method that I use is that I dodge whenever Hecarim's banned, I will have to dodge 2 games in a row, but it's fine because I own many accounts, so it doesn't really matter to me. So why does this trick work, right? Why does this trick work? The reason it works is because when your rank is increasing, right? So like the example I used before, let's say you're gold 4 and you're increasing your rank, but your MMR is not actually as good, or it's not gaining as much as your rank, okay? So it's, let's say, going like this. So this means that you'll start off gold 4 and you'll be gaining, let's say, plus 20, plus 20. But then you promote to platinum, right? You win 30 games in a row, now you're platinum. The issue now is that you're going to be maybe platinum 4, gaining plus 14, or something like this. This is why you'll see a lot of higher elo streamers as well, who will go from, let's say, Diamond 2 to Masters, and then they'll enter Masters with these LP gains like plus 11 or plus 12, right? These absolutely atrocious LP gains, and they'll be losing 25 a game, right? So it's like for every game you win, you need, for every 2 games you win, if you lose one, it's like countered out, right? It's negated almost. So what you need to actually do is you need to make it so that your rank is as close to MMR as possible. So the broken thing about dodging, and the reason it is such a good strategy to use, is because dodging does not affect MMR. So you lose LP without losing MMR. And what this means is that imagine right now this is your rank, right? Well, let's say you dodge minus 10. Okay, you're here. And you dodge minus 10 again, you're here. And then you're minus 10 again, you're here. And then you're here, right? So your actual rank will get lowered, but you'll go from, let's say, platinum 4 plus 14, and then let's say you dodge all the way down to gold 1 0 LP, right? Well, all of a sudden you'll be in gold 1 and you'll be seeing plus 23 or plus 24 because now your MMR is actually higher than your rank. And the more you dodge, right, the more you go down, the higher it goes. So that's why even yesterday I was queuing up on one of my accounts and I won a game after having dodged on that account, I think maybe 8 times in a row, and I got plus 37 in Diamond 2 Elo, right? Um, so it's just like really, really crazy. The thing about doing this strategy, though, is that you have to realize that you will be playing versus better players, right? So when you dodge, it's not like you're going to be dodging, and let's say you're gold 2 playing versus gold 2s, you're not going to all of a sudden become gold 4 playing versus gold 4s, right? Because to actually make the matches, they only look at your MMR. So what will happen is you will be, let's say, gold. Let's say you're gold 2 playing versus gold 2. Now you're gold 4. You'll still be playing versus gold 2, which is why your LP gains will be higher and your LP losses will be lower because they're saying, you know what? It's harder for him to win this game, so we're gonna give him more LP since he's of a lower rank, right? So it's kind of like that concept. So this is a strategy that you can use in your games to actually fix LP. Another thing is that you can also dodge out promos. So this is something that isn't really talked about as much, and something that a lot of people don't really do. So let's say you're silver 1 and you enter your gold 4 promos. Okay, you just got in, you're feeling hyped, you're feeling really good. But you know that on your last game in silver 1 you gained plus 15, and you know that if you hit gold 4, the problem with it is you're probably going to be gaining 13, right? So you say, you know what? You're going to be playing for the long haul. Yeah, the long haul. So what I would do is I would queue up and just dodge 3 promo games, boom, 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 and I'd lose my promos. But what ends up happening is Riot says, oh, he needs to go back in promos, so they're going to give you more LP now, right? Because you just dodged 3 times in a row, and now you're not in promos anymore. So, but before you were, and now it's like, okay, we need to put him versus like the same caliber of players, but he's a lower rank. Or what you could do is you could play a game out. Let's say you win 2 in master promos, right? So your LP gain or your MMR gain. Let's say your MMR increases by 15 a game, right? This is just like a number. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just putting it out there so I can help you guys visualize. So let's say your MMR is increasing by 15 MMR a game. And then you win 2 games in master promos, right? So 15, 15, and then you're at 30. Okay? And now you dodge 3 times in a row. But the thing is, now that you dodged 3 times in a row, before you were up 30, but your actual rank is down, let's say, 60. So now you're inflating your MMR super hard because you're winning games that aren't actually counted towards your real rank. So by dodging, I know some people who were gaining, let's say, 23 LP in Diamond 1, and they dodged out their Master promos 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden they're in Masters gaining plus 28, 29, 30, right? And it just makes the climbing so much easier and so much simpler. So this is like the main thing I wanted to go over today, which was dodging, and it's how you can actually increase your MMR. The other way to do it though is to hard win streak. Uh, Hard win streaking though is really hard to do, and unless you're like really like a lot better than your elo, it's very rare. But this is where, let's say you'll go from gold 1 and you'll go all the way up to plat 2 without losing a single game. Your MMR will increase faster than your actual rank because they'll think you're smurfing, right? So they want to put you against better players, which means you get higher MMR gains, which means higher LP gains, right? Um, but for the average player, right, who isn't like super significantly better than the rank they're at, what happens is I'd say dodging is probably the easiest and the best go-to way to actually increase LP gains and make them as good as you possibly can. So, with that being said, I hope you guys found this helpful. Um, if it helps you, be sure to leave a like. Drop a sub if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.